Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. In this verse of Ashtavakra Gita, Ashtavakra tells us all the wise one, either male or female, does not discriminate between happiness and distress, desire and aversion, fortune and misfortune, or man and woman. That means that a liberated soul cannot differentiate between any pair of opposites. Pairs of opposites are meant only for those who identify themselves as a mind body complex and thus become victimized by false ego. Happiness and distress, man and woman, passion and prejudice, love and hatred, then pain and pleasure, etc., are pairs of opposites which affect only those living entities who are identifying with the mind body complex and hence are thus attached to this material universe full of misery and vibes. These vibes may be positive or negative because they are a collective form of vibes from every living entity who is identifying with the mind body complex. A wise man is more interested in identifying himself or herself as the soul and not as the mind body complex. He or she loves to meditate within and abide by the self. Such people are not affected by the pairs of opposites. Such people are not affected by all the evils that plague a living entity identifying with the mind body complex. These evils are lust, anger, greed, illusion, and false ego. A truly liberated soul is detached from the body and thus from this material universe. He or she is not affected by any of these unnecessary problems which plague the others who have not yet reached that place. The self-realized souls who abide in the self are people who are not interested in living or death. They find no difference between the two. According to them, death only means changing the body from one to another, just like changing clothes. For them, misfortune or fortune are not at all important. They get what they receive unasked. They are happy with what they have got unasked. So their desires have melted away. There is a proverb in Srimad Bhagavad Gita: God gives you what you deserve, not what you covet. Because it is quite possible that something that you are very much attracted to is actually poison for you. Things which taste sweet or smell sweet may often turn out to be poisonous. A very venomous serpent looks quite bright and speckled and looks very attractive, but when it bites a person, only then that person knows how it feels to be bit by a rattlesnake or a cobra. That is what Ashtavakra wants to tell us all. The materially connected living entities may taste something which may lead to misfortune and even death for them, and in that case, a misfortune for those who love this person. The loved ones are in distress when somebody who was attracted to something got killed because of such attraction. Alcohol and drugs are very attractive to some people. They enjoy it, but ultimately it brings them to grief and to loved ones and family members who are worried about their love for drugs or alcohol. Similarly, eating too much of sweets or eating too much chili food or oily food is usually dangerous for a living entity. That should be avoided by them, but they do just because of that attraction. This attraction puts them in jeopardy. A liberated soul does not differentiate between sweet or sour. They are pairs of opposites that are immaterial as far as a liberated soul is concerned. Hence, he or she will consume even a bitter thing which is good for health and eschew something which is sweet but which is poisonous. Similarly, fortune and misfortune. Luck comes to some people in the beginning, some in the middle, and some in the end. The liberated soul does not care when it comes to him or her and when it goes. He or she is abiding in the self. They are not interested in all these things. These are frivolous matters which only aim at bringing grief or happiness to a particular person for a short temporary period. They are material and pertain to the material universe. Similarly, male or female. If a male liberated soul looks at a voluptuous female full of passion, or a friend, or an old man, or a child with equal eyes, that shows that this liberated soul is indifferent to any living entity. Same is the case with the woman. She may look at a child, an old man, a sickly person, a dying person, or a huge macho man with equal eyes. She is not affected by anything. These are people who have come here to work out their own karma. That's all this liberated soul will think about. They don't care. Similarly, happiness and distress. These two, sometimes one is happy and sometimes it is distress for him or her. If you are happy, I am in distress. If I am happy, you are in distress. That means that neither happiness nor distress vanishes from this material universe. It goes to one person or the other. If One is happy, or one section is quite happy, the other is in distress. Your success may be my failure. My success may be another person's failure. If I am celebrating my success or you are celebrating your success, someone may be weeping over his or her failure. That is happiness and distress. These two qualities don't go anywhere. They remain here and they will remain here as long as there is this material universe full of falsehood and a living entity identifies with his or her mind body complex. Thus, please remember that all pairs of opposites are supposed to remain in this material universe, and sometimes they strike you in one way and sometimes in the other. They are temporary. Kindly remember every man's slice of destiny is of good times, average times, and bad times. They have to be worked out by every living entity before leaving this world. Every birth has is meant to work out a slice of destiny which is a combination of good, average, and bad. No one is an exception. Hence, we must pray to God to make us His servant, burn all our destiny and karma, stop giving us another birth of ours as a selfish birth, and use us only on assignments to serve this society. As soon as the assignment is over, we must go back to Godhead, just like Abhimanyu went to his father after his 16th year. We must not remain here. Here we should come only for a particular purpose. Please remember this. Try to get liberated, delivered, self-realized, attain your Brahman, and please try to go back to Godhead for eternal bliss and happiness. Till we meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.